folks know, run around town, profile mentality. Bad on 10-6 rings and enemy. D-do acting like we ain't what I wanna be. Got me tickled trying to act so selfishly. Pocket full of green stacked up like a pot of peas. Big boy dog walking around with a lot of fleas. So quick, go super fast. Every day I gotta make it count. Every second gotta make it last. Roll around, do the double dash. Big blue on my skin. Taking off in 10, 9, 8. Hold up, wait, got a date. Ladies love my speed. Quick to run up trees. Who you sing like me? Nobody. Staying in my lane. Best friend named Tails. Balance running on rails. I can never fail.
Sick boy, bitten by a tick boy. Looking for that fix boy, anabolic steroids. Damn cell, poster boy, pass out. White noise, quick fix, snake oil. I'm about to break boy. Oh, what a shame, he's in pain, have another go. Take another pill, here, take a couple more. Let's see how you're doing in another week or so. You'll be feeling worse when the side effects will show. Derealization, medical patient, losing patience with the process. Walking hand in hand with Satan.
Enemy contact! Changing mag, government! Enemy down!
Hunter killer drone, ready for deployment.
Changing mag, cover me! Tango down!
May I? used to play piano by ear, but now I use my hands like everyone else. I'm reading a book on anti-gravity. It's impossible to put down. I told my wife she should embrace her mistakes. She gave me a hug. I have a fear of speed bumps, but I'm slowly getting over it. I wanted to lose weight, so I went to the beach and drowned my sorrows in the waves. I'm on a whiskey diet. I've lost 3 days already. I used to be indecisive, but now I'm not so sure. Why did the ADHD kid bring a ladder to school? Because he heard the homework was on another level. Why do cows have hooves instead of feet? Because they lactose.
Yeah. For those of you that want to know.
What's the difference between a bird and a fly? A bird can fly, but a fly can't bird.
What did the left eye say to the right eye? Between you and me, something smells. Why did the cookie cry? Because it felt crumby. What's the difference between a cat and a comma? One has claws at the end of its paws.
Whoever said technology would replace all paper obviously hasn't tried wiping their butt with an iPad.
You ready?
Dear Math, please grow up and solve your own problems. I'm tired of solving them for you.
Yeah. Those of you that want to know.
Revealed 6 out of 7 dwarfs aren't happy. What's red and bad for your teeth? A brick.
What did Michael Jackson name his denim store? Billy Jeans. My first time using an elevator was an uplifting experience. The second time let me down. Why can't your nose be 12 inches long? Because then it'd be a foot. What's the point of a pyramid? It's the bit on the very top. A man got hit in the head with a can of Coke, but he was all right because it was a soft drink. Yesterday, I accidentally swallowed some food coloring. The doctor says I'm okay, but I feel like I've died a little inside. What do you call a group of killer whales playing instruments? An orchestra. Why don't skeletons ride roller coasters? They don't have the stomach for it. I started a new business making yachts in my attic this year. The sales are going through the roof. What is the hardest part about skydiving? The ground. Have you heard the story about the magic tractor? It drove down the road and turned into a field. Bought a new jacket suit the other day and it burst into flames. Well, it was a blazer. When do doctors get angry? When they run out of patience. When I left school, I passed every one of my exams with the exception of Greek mythology. It always was my Achilles elbow. Why do scuba divers fall backwards into the water? Because if they fell forwards, they'd still be in the boat. Today a man knocked on my door and asked for a small donation towards the local swimming pool. I gave him a glass of water. Dear Algebra, please stop asking everyone to find your ex. She's not coming back. And don't ask why. My wife told me to take the spider out instead of killing him. Went out, had a few drinks. Nice guy. He's a web designer. I want to die peacefully in my sleep like my grandfather, not screaming and yelling like the passengers in his car. I can't believe I got fired from the calendar factory. All I did was take a day off. Most people are shocked when they find out how bad I am as an electrician. My wife just found out I replaced our bed with a trampoline. She hit the ceiling. Light travels faster than sound, which is the reason that some people appear bright before you hear them speak.
Why can't you hear a pterodactyl going to the bathroom? Because the P is silent. What has more lives than a cat? A frog, because it croaks every day.
Morning everyone, this is Neon Celestial with another light-hearted one-liner for you to brighten your day. I used to work at the soft drink can crushing company, but after a while it got so depressing.
He's only got little legs. I was just looking at my ceiling. Not sure if it's the best ceiling in the world, but it's definitely up there. What has 5 toes, but isn't your foot? My foot. I sympathize with batteries. I'm not included in anything either. My wife said to me, "What starts with a F and ends in a K?" I said, "No, it doesn't." How do robots eat guacamole? With computer chips. I used to work for an origami company. They folded. How many tickles does it take to tickle an octopus? 10 tickles. one is faster? Hot or cold? Hot. Because you can catch a cold. What's the difference between a hippo and a zippo? One's really heavy, and the other is a little lighter. Last night, me and my girlfriend watched 3 DVDs back to back. Luckily, I was the one facing the TV. Why shouldn't you buy trousers from Ukraine? Because Chernobyl fall out. Do you call a fat psychic a fortune teller? Conjunctivitis.com. Now that's a site for sore eyes. The salesperson told me, it's a great car if you're looking for a car to get you from A to B. Unfortunately, I live in Q. What's large, gray, and doesn't matter? An irrelevant. If you want a job in the moisturizer industry, the best advice I can give is to apply daily. I was thinking about moving to Moscow, but there is no point rushing into things. I am so good at sleeping. I can do it with my eyes closed.
When I'm by myself, I find my mind starts drifting somewhere.
Did you hear the one about the giant pickle? He was kind of a big deal. Figure out how the seatbelt worked. Then it just clicked. What did the red light say to the green light? Don't look at me, I'm changing. What do you call a dad that has fallen through the ice? A popsicle. Why didn't the orange win the race? It ran out of juice. Why did the tomato blush? Because it saw the salad dressing. Why did the tomato blush? Because it saw the salad dressing. How did I know my girlfriend thought I was invading her privacy? She wrote about it in her diary. I got a new pen that can write underwater. It can write other words too. My boss said, dress for the job you want, not for the job you have. So I went in, dressed as Batman. I went to the aquarium this weekend, but I didn't stay long. There's something fishy about that place. Why can't dinosaurs clap their hands? Because they're extinct. What do you call a man with no shins? Tony. What do you call a Frenchman wearing sandals? Philippe Phallop. I gave my handyman a to-do list, but he only did jobs 1, 3, and 5 sizes. Turns out he only does odd jobs. Who won the neck decorating contest? It was a tie. Dogs can't operate MRI machines. But cats can. What do you call a dog who meditates? When a dog whistle in 2 mimes. How is my wallet like an onion? Every time I open it, I cry.
Of course, a house can't jump.
If your house is cold, just stand in the corner. It's always 90 degrees. Tried to make up a joke about Ghost, but I couldn't. It had plenty of spirit, but no body. Hi, I'm Cliff. Drop over sometime. 2 windmills were sitting on a hill. One asks the other, "Do you have a favorite song?" The other replies, "Well, all my life I have been a heavy metal fan." Did you hear about the guy who went to the doctor for a headache? The doctor examined his ear and found money. The doctor kept pulling and pulling it out until he had $1,999. Then the doctor said, "No wonder you're not feeling too grand." I was making a joke about retirement. It did not work. What do you call the security guards for Samsung? Guardians of the Galaxy. The other day, I bought a thesaurus, but when I got home and opened it, all the pages were blank. I have no word to describe how angry I am.
I couldn't believe it. Can't you see pigs hiding in trees? Because pigs don't climb trees. I found a book called How to Solve 50% of Your Problems. So I bought 2. Hey, how do you make an egg roll? You push it.
Do you know what happens when someone slaps you at high frequency? It mega hurts. Why do squirrels always swim on their backs? So they don't get their nuts wet. Which letter keeps pirates calm? P, because otherwise they'd be irate. My son once asked me, dramatically ripped the covers off me last night. But don't worry, I will recover. What do you call a group of transgender female superheroes? X-Men. Yesterday, I saw a midget climbing down a prison wall. I thought, that's a little wonder something. I was out in a restaurant and my wife said, this is the 4th time you've been back for desserts. Aren't you ashamed of yourself? I said, no, keep telling it's for you. So a blonde is doing a jigsaw puzzle when her boyfriend walks in. He says, babe, what are you doing? She says, a jigsaw puzzle, you idiot. The boyfriend says, what's it supposed to be? The blonde says, it's a rooster, and shows him the packet. The boyfriend says, oh, babe, let's put the cornflakes back in the packet. I think my wife's cheating. Yesterday she said, I'll be home in 10-15 max. My name's not Max. I've been told before that a woman is always right and that a man is always wrong. But if a man tells a woman that she is right, does that mean that that man is wrong? If women go through menstruation, then why don't men go through womenstruation? If a seamstress is someone who sews and repairs clothes, then why isn't a tailor someone who repairs tails? If we drink a drink, then why can't we food a food? If I am walking and I trip over a bra, does that mean I fell into a booby trap? I was 6 afraid of 7 because 7, 8, 9. Why was 10 scared? Because he was in the middle of 9/11. I've invented a pencil with a rubber on both ends. There's no point to it. My wife told me she was leaving me because of my Star Wars obsession. May divorce be with you. Some DIY to do, so I went next door to borrow my neighbour's stepladder. He never knew his real ladder.
As I walk through the valley,
I didn't realise that Sylvester Stallone was on his third marriage. His first one must have been Rocky. His second must have been Rocky too.
Why do cows have hooves instead of feet? Because they lack toes.
him.